The packed crowds had certainly become normal for the championship, and the Norfolk circuit had one of its biggest attendances for many years. But there was one surprise: the Mazda of Patrick Watts on pole position, the BMW of Joe Winkelhock alongside. The next surprise, a few seconds after the start.
Can Patrick Watts outdrag smoking Joe Winkelhock's BMW and get to Rich's corner in the lead? It's a narrow track at the start. Winkelhock leads away, Watts is second. Soper's coming up fast. They're going down to Rich's and it's off. Bang, bang, it's chaos. Cars off everywhere. Now, surely they'll have to stop the race. Tim Harvey's stationary in the Renault, and now we're with Soper and he's in trouble. And that's Patrick Watts. It's carnage at Snetterton.
The red flags came out, the race was stopped. Absolute chaos, even by Touring Car Championship standards. Only the front three rows got away cleanly, and they'd soon hit problems. Keith O'Dore in the Nissan got a nudge into Allam's Vauxhall, and the rest just stacked up behind or took avoiding action as best they could. The most heavily involved behind Allam was the red Team Dynamics BMW of Matthew Neal. It was hard to apportion blame, although not having a staggered start on such a narrow track didn't help. No injuries, but Allam had to tell the story to an aggrieved Vauxhall boss, John Nixie.
I got off quite a way out the grid and then someone just turns me around. Just never left off, just pushed me all the way around. It's ruined the car's ruined.
Allam didn't get the best of starts, but didn't deserve to be spun into the path of the bulk of the field, including the accelerating Matthew Neal. Alongside Allam on the grid had been Keith O'Dore, and the Nissan suffered just like the Vauxhall. Both the Team Dynamics BMWs would be finished for the day, along with a sad Patrick Watts, who survived the start line chaos, only to throw his pole position into a potato field 2 corners further on. So this was the first attempt to start the race. Best viewed from the back of Winkelhock's car as it surged into the lead. Allam off the track, the back half of the field would go no further. But the front 3 rows battle on until the second corner. Patrick Watts gets out of shape, forces Soper onto the grass before totally losing it himself.
So now the restart, minus Allam, O'Dore, Bell, Neal and Watts, and just Winkelhock in the front row. And this time it looks like a clear start. Indeed it is. Up to Rich's, Winkelhock on the right, John Cleland in the middle, Soper on the left, and he's up to second place already. Now looking back, that's Julian Bailey's Toyota. He's in 5th place, and look at the body damage.
But up front it would be Winkelhock and Soper dominating things again. No team orders in the Schnitzer team, and the pressure that Soper was applying forced the German to miss a gear at Russell. Soper was passed. And worse was to follow for Winkelhock at the very next corner. Winkelhock would rejoin in 5th, Soper poised to take a further points advantage. Ahead of Winkelhock, the remaining excitement of the race was provided by a great scrap for 2nd, 3rd and 4th, Bailey, Leslie and Hoy. And victory, his 2nd of the season, for Steve Soper. Bailey took 2nd. An earlier collision saw David Leslie put the Vauxhall of Cleland off the track, but the Acuria Cost driver did well to split the Toyotas and take 3rd place. That was the result at Snetterton, and the championship was starting to look very good for Soper. Winkelhock had moved back into 2nd spot overall, but was 34 points adrift. Winkelhock needed a win, and the others needed to start making some progress.